everybody. Good evening. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and your evening is well. Today, I do want to talk a little bit about oil. I want to talk about the economy, and I want to tell you where I think things are going to be going and why I believe things are going to be going the way that they are, and what am I doing about it. OPEC met yesterday. To be exact, not OPEC, but OPEC plus. OPEC is 13 oil-producing nations. They're the largest oil-producing nations. And then there's something called OPEC plus, which is 13 OPEC plus like 10 allies. So that's a total of 23 countries. The world currently consumes around 90 to 100 million barrels per day. The United States consumes the most, around 20 million barrels a day, followed by China at 15 and India at 5 million barrels per day. OPEC met and they said that they will be cutting their production quota by 2 million barrels a day. Currently, OPEC is not producing their full quotas, so in actuality, the number that they're going to be cutting is more like 800,000 to 1 million barrels a day. What does that mean? That means officially, the maximum that they're going to be producing goes down. But the number that they're going to be producing officially that goes down, they're not producing at the capacity quota right now. So in reality, in the future, they're not going to be going past a certain amount, and they reduce that certain amount by 2 million. But in actuality, the amount that's actually being produced right now, currently by OPEC Plus, is only going to be reduced by around 800,000 to 1 million barrels a day. OPEC produces around low 30 million barrels per day, while OPEC Plus produces low to mid 40 million barrels per day. Now, these numbers fluctuate. They are plus or minuses, so don't quote me on the exact numbers. Around 3 months ago, Joe Biden says that he's going to be releasing from the strategic petroleum reserves approximately 1 million barrels a day. 1 million barrels a day is approximately 5% of all United States oil consumption. Since then, the prices of gasoline at the pumps went down significantly more than 5%, like mid-20s, something like that. A lot of people said that the only reason why the price of oil is going down is because Biden is releasing from the strategic petroleum reserves. I don't believe this is the only reason. However, it is absolutely a big contributor to this. I also think that there's a massive economic slowdown. Question is this. Why did OPEC Plus give the big FU to Joe Biden right now, to President Joe Biden? As soon as President Joe Biden hit office, he started to get a beef with the crown prince and ruler of Saudi Arabia called Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And I apologize if I mispronounce your name. He keeps going like tit for tat with the crown prince, and the crown prince didn't like that. As a matter of fact, I think that we have the worst relations with Saudi Arabia right now since we had with them for decades. The relationship under Trump was much better. Right now, there's something going to be called the primary elections, and the primary elections are happening in November. They will start cutting production by the 2 million barrels a day quota in November, right before primary elections. The whole reason of bringing down gas prices, whether organically or artificially, is so that you could do a re-election, so you can win a re-election. People don't like high gas prices. And during COVID, there was a natural slowdown of gas prices. After COVID, there is now a natural recession which decreases the demand for gas, for oil. In order to increase prices, OPEC Plus is reducing production so that they could increase profits. This is very bad for the United States, specifically for the elections. And this was absolutely strategically placed right now. In response, Biden said that he's going to release 10 million more barrels from the strategic petroleum reserves. His 1 million barrels a day is ending in October. The strategic petroleum reserves are at record lows. During Trump's administration, they were at record highs. Now they are at record lows. I believe we have around 400 million barrels. We consume 20 million barrels a day as America. We have around 20 days worth of strategic petroleum reserves for the entire country. Sounds like a lot, but we're supposed to have nearly double that. The thing is this: production of oil goes down, prices of oil goes up. Biden is going to stop releasing the 1 million barrels a day. Price of oil goes up. Biden shot his load and made his play, and he cannot keep going into the strategic petroleum reserves because there's just not going to be enough. It's already becoming at a critical level. God forbid there is a natural disaster and we get into a war. We're effed. The funniest thing is the three major countries that produce oil in the world is always, in no particular order, Saudi Arabia, America, and Russia. At one point in time, America at some points is number one oil producer in the world. And America can most certainly be oil independent, which they were for a little while. There's too much red tape and too much bureaucracy right now for the digging of oil, permits for the digging of oils, and a bunch of other red tape for digging of oils. So now all the American oil producers don't want to waste resources to go find oil, refine oil, produce oil, so on and so forth. And funny enough, those fossil fuel energy companies are turning to renewable energy. Nobody wants to put money into fossil fuels because of our green energy initiative. It's all fun and games until the entire world is going to shit. What I think is going to happen is the price of oil per barrel is going to go up because of all of the things that I just mentioned. The only reason why inflation started to go down, and this trickles down to everything, including containers, including lumber, including food and shelter, is because energy prices started to go down. Now that energy prices are no longer going to go down and probably increase, I believe inflation is going to start going up as well. Right now, we're going to have a major issue. And if energy prices go up and inflation goes up, we are effed. And you have to recalculate how you invest. I'm not telling anybody how to invest. I'm just saying recalculate what's good for you. Personally, I started buying a lot of options. Some of the options that I did is I did long calls, not leaps, but long calls for USO, which stands for the United States Oil ETF. Because I believe the price of oil in the United States is going to go up, and I believe that those call options are going to pay out well. I also believe that the United States dollar is going to keep going up. So I bought a United States dollar ETF as well that tracks the US dollar. I'm doing a long call on that as well. I'm doing a put on the euro, and I'm doing a put on the pound. The reason why I believe that the US dollar is going to go up is because there's going to be no shift and pivot from the Fed anytime soon. And as the interest rates keep getting put up, the US dollar becomes stronger because there's a perceived notion, probably rightfully so, that the United States dollar is going to stay strong because we're getting inflation under wraps. As we're lifting interest rates, inflation perceived notion going to go down, which means that the value of the US dollar is going to be stronger, less inflation compared to the pound or compared to the euro. Our inflation right now, 8.3%. The United Kingdom's 9.9%. Germany was like 10.9%, and I believe euro was like 10%. I don't think things are going to get better anytime soon because the whole premise and basis of my arguments for inflation going down is oil prices are going to go down. Right now, I don't think oil prices are going to be going down anytime soon. The 2 million barrels a day production reduction is going to be ongoing until the end of 2023, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be quite a while. Also, primary elections right now is going to happen. I honestly think this could possibly get the Republicans the in-the-bag votes that they need. That's what my thoughts are. This is what my theory is. This is where I think the economy is. This is where I think the economy is going. And definitely this is nothing good. Obviously, what's happening right now is helping the oil-producing countries. They're going to make a lot more profit. And this is helpful for Russia to a certain point. How helpful to win the war? No. Helpful in general? Yes. The United States has a very easy way out of this. Increase production in the United States. Cut the BS, cut the bureaucracy, and just get it done. That's probably not going to happen, although that is the most logical and obvious choice. We're over here begging when we don't need to beg because we have the resources within our own country. Also, President Biden could play nice, but at this point in time, it's probably too little too late. I think oil prices going up, gas prices at the pump already started going up. Remember how I keep making videos showing that for 100 days straight, gas prices are going down? That's not happening anymore. For the first time, starting this week, and I believe at the end of last week, a couple of days, the gas prices are actually more expensive now than they were yesterday or last week. Might be small increments, but they also got reduced small, and that all adds up. Gas prices are going to go up. Energy prices are going to go up. I believe inflation is going to go up or not come down. Fed will keep raising the interest rates as planned. Nothing new there. US dollar is probably going to gain strength against the pound and against the euro, especially what's about to happen with subsidies for energy across the winter after what Russia's doing with the energy crunch to Europe. Dollar is going to be stronger. Euro is going to go weak. Pound's going to go weak. Oil prices are going to go up. Are they going to be $120, $130, $140 a barrel? I don't know. Probably not. But can they hit $100 a barrel, $105, $110? Yeah. Right now, they're like mid-80s, high 80s, something like that. Can they go up another 10, 20%, 25%? Yeah, they absolutely can. And if that happens, inflation, kiss your ass goodbye. Thank you so much. Please give me the likes, the shares, subscribe, and please do me a favor down below. Tell me what you think about everything that's happening. We have an issue, and I think that it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. All my high hopes for inflation going down had so much to do with energy. And even with energy coming down, inflation still was not coming down. It might not have been going through the roof, but it was like even, right? Or a little higher, a little bit lower. As energy is going to go up, it's not going to help inflation at all. Guys, be careful out there. In my opinion, things are going to get a lot worse. But what the heck do I know? That's not financial advice. I'm purely an entertainer and educator at best. If you're still watching this video, please give me the likes, shares, and subscribe, and let me know what plays you're doing. By the way, I'm also doing puts on all real estate because as inflation is going to go up, Fed rates are going to go up, Treasury bond yields are going to go up, mortgage rates are going to go up. They're already running 7.5% if you're actually getting a mortgage. And as those rates are going to go up, I believe companies like Redfin, Zillow, Opendoor, and a lot of ETFs to do with single-family homes, which I track with my Patreons, are also going to go down. So what am I doing? I am putting puts on those as well. Thank you. Have a great day. And tomorrow morning at 7:30, I will do a live and I will cover the jobs report live on all 3 of my channels. Have a great day.